Hey, this is GameGeek2 here doing a commentary on a battle I did the other day with Agathodaimon, who's playing as Pahlava, Vartan, and the Celtic Viking, who are both playing as the Ptolemaioi, and I am playing as my favorite faction, or most common faction to play as, the Sauromatai. And I'm going to employ some typical tactics that I would use against most people, but in particular this game, I'm going to use horse archers to waste my opponent's ammo early on, and first thing you've seen me do here is attack his Sphendonetai Rodioi, my horse archers, and I'm going to move on to his Cretans, who are going to shoot back and we're going to engage in a missile duel. And I'm going to do a quick overview of our armies. I here have in the front 4 Hedinodoses. I believe these each have 1 chevron. I believe I have 7 or 8 units of Kyrinikos and 3 units of Bastarnai Foxmen, the Druchtis Basterniska. And this was before the new rule restricting the number of Bastarnai was implemented. And in this battle, we confirmed our suspicions that these guys were too good to have too many of. It also doesn't make sense for people to be able to field too many because they're just one tribe. I brought 3 units of Roxolani and 2 units of RC Riders. My ally here, Agathodaimon, he has brought 6 units of Pantodapoi Phalangitai, 6 units of Shipritukul, who have a spear and a mace and a good armor, a good auxiliary unit, 5 units, or 4 units of heavy Persian archers, 2 units of Gripanvar, and 2 units of medium cavalry, one of them Kamboja Asvaka, and one of them Asbarani Madain. Over here, Vartan has brought 4 phalanxes. One of them is an elite phalanx, one of them is a professional medium phalanx, and 2 of them are Levi native phalanxes. We have Theriaphoroi and Machimoi, and we have a general. General's got quite a bit better in this mod, so and we have Lonchophoroi, Prodormoi, and some Syrians. And here we have some Machimoi and some Aethiopikoi. And what's going to happen to these guys is that they're going to get chewed up by missiles once, because they're going to turn around at some point, because there's a phalanx sitting right behind there, and Vartan does not want his Ethiopians impaled on phalanxes. But these guys are going to get shot up pretty badly, and they're going to lose half their numbers on the retreat. And my opponent, directly across from me, has brought Thorakitai, Galatian Kleruchoi, 5 Machimoi phalanxes, same flank force on the left side, and a couple units of Theriaphoroi, and a cavalry force of Machimoi Hipeis, Lonchophoroi, and Chetairoi. And so it's a more heavily armored force here. I don't know if... I'm still guessing he brought the full 20 units, but it's certainly of a different composition. I guess Vartan put more money into his Ptolemaic phalanx because he knew he just wanted to steamroll through these levies. So I'm going to skip through the missile duel here because that's kind of long and boring, and I'm going to get to the main battle for you. Right, so I've decided to divide this battle into 2 different videos since it's so long, but it's an interesting battle, and so I wanted to make sure I could a full analysis on it. I'm starting to reform my line into a more oblique attack formation, something I typically use against phalanxes, and also helps confuse the enemy. But the Celtic Viking, Renskjöld, seems unfazed by this. Vartan, of course, cool and calm as ever, shooting back at trading shots with these Persian archers. And it looks like Vartan might be winning this fight, even after those horsemen got massacred on the retreat. Let's check how they're doing. They must be somewhere around here. Yeah, the Machimoi Hipeis got shot down to 30 men. And the Aethiopikoi Hipeis got shot down to 28. So yeah, that's a mauling right there. And some back and forth shots. Vartan is moving in. He's taken a couple casualties on these units, but nothing too significant. I guess this unit's lost about an eighth of its strength, but that's not that bad. He's got the majority of his force intact. And I don't really know what happens on this end. I think, but that's one of the reasons I'm doing this, because I get to analyze what happens on my end and what happens on Agotho's end. But, yeah. So the missile duel continues as I move into position, and he's starting to shoot at my Herunodoses, who don't have the greatest armor in the world, despite being good units. Good choice by him. I'm holding back the arrows on my Roxolani. And here you can get a bigger view of the battle. And Vartan's formed his cavalry up over there, and Agatho has staggered his auxiliaries in defense to that. And they're formed up their phalanxes parallel to each other. So a successor-style battle looks to be in order here. I'm moving my Roxolani out to get some shots in, because the Celtic Viking, or TCV, has started to move his phalanxes to attack my units, or at least to face mine, in parallel or at oblique, whatever he prefers. Yeah, and so I'm going to give up on the oblique maneuvering thing, something that Antisocial Monkey often does, and I'm just going to go in for a properly structured attack. Getting some shots off here. And yes, some slow maneuvering into position. I told Agatho to wait till I was in position to make his move, because I don't want to have the pieces fall out of place. Let's see what damage the arrows are doing. One unit's down to 113 men. One unit's down to 111. 119. That one's untouched, and the ones on that end are untouched as well. And these Tharakitai, they're moving out to intercept any potential flanking maneuvers. But that's not what I'm using these Roxolani for. I'm using them to get some good shots off, as you can see. So I'm going to do a cut here. Okay, we're back, and the Renskjöld is starting to move up his archers to take some good shots into my ranks here. And he's going to shoot at my Bastarnae, which is a very smart move, and I believe I'm going to retreat them. Either that or I'm just dumb. Looks like I'm dumb. And well, not real overflow arrows there, which is good news. But fortunately for me, I seem to have exhausted his arrow supply, and the majority of his archers have taken up swords instead. His Rhodians, however, they're gonna get some nasty shots at my Roxolani, so I believe I'm gonna shoot them. And this is gonna take out quite a bit of my force here, and I'm gonna get very angry at that. I don't know why my guys grouped up so tightly. I think maybe to help concentrate arrow fire. Let's see where those shots are going. Looks like they're aimed at Vartan's Thurakitai. I must have had them on fire at will. But yeah, now they're going to shoot at those stupid Rhodians. Down their numbers go. Those persistent SOBs are going to keep shooting. So I'm going to move in to scare them off and get some more accurate shots in with my greater numbers. And hopefully get some overflow shots into his ranks, and I seem to have done a couple of those. Oof. Alright, I'm going to do another cut here.